I think we're live here. I think we're stuttering. Yeah, it looks good. This might suck. I don't know. Anyway, if it does suck, you just have to deal with it. So, I'm just days away of having these being almost 2 years old. So I bought these back in March of 2023. So I think I had a regular video of doing the capacity of the internal batteries. And I did mention, I think it was last fall or something like that, that these were getting to be about 50% of the capacity. So the capacity is 1,000 milliamp hours or 1 amp hour for some. And it was, I think the numbers were like 700. So I figured by next year, 2025, that these would be pretty much at 50%. So I did say that I was going to get a bunch of new batteries for them just because they're a wear item anyway, and I did do that. So here's the fresh package from the Jungle site of the new batteries. So I bought a bunch of them because I got quite a few of them outside, and right now some of them are buried in snow. Up to here. So there's still quite a bit of snow outside that has been melting, so hopefully there'll be some melting this week because it hasn't been above freezing for a long time. So I got a couple of packs of batteries, some extras. So these are the EBLs. So I was looking for generic batteries because I figured you don't really need anything fancy for solar lights because it doesn't pay to get like the top end batteries like the 2600s or something like that, because that little solar panel on top, you ain't gonna get no 2.5 amp hours of energy into that thing. So since the original equipment is 1,000, the EBLs are 1,300. It's pretty much a perfect match. So I bought a bunch of them, like I said. But what I want to do is, of course, that anybody can do a capacity check on these things. And like I mentioned, they are getting down. But I'm curious of the internal resistance of these cells. So you remember probably back, I think I had a live stream on these things, on this internal capacity meter. So I looked up online what the internal resistance of a brand new nickel metal hydride fully charged, and a lot of them say it should be 50 milliohms or less. So since these things are 2 years old, and of course they're in a harsh environment, more than likely none of them get a full recharge just because of the nature of the beast of being in a solar light, that they don't get fully charged. So of course wear and tear of the cells is going to affect them, and being out in the cold is going to affect them, and there's a bunch of stuff that's going to affect the things. So I'm going to do I just recharged this in a regular charger to bring it up to charge, and I'm curious to see what the milliohms are. So the goal is to get the clips to stay. I wish I bought this a little later because it does come with a better battery clip just for doing silly things like this. Because it's hard to keep this these little guys on. Because you don't want to touch it with your skin because you'll affect the readings. And it's hard to keep the clip on. So this thing is saying 1.45 volts, and it's about 26 milliohms. So the other thing that I was reading is that these cells will maintain its internal resistance almost until end of life, which is kind of interesting. So unfortunately, I never had this meter when these were brand new, so I don't know what the lifespan, what the milliohms was when I first got them. So that's an unknown. So luckily, we got the brand new ones, and they are sealed. It's a little void, which I kind of cool because I come into that. Where I work, we got a certified label that we put on certain models of lifts. So if you were to screw up, or somebody were to screw up and put that sticker on crooked, or put it on by mistake, if you peel it off, you get the same effect, void. And then you got to get a new sticker. Stuff like that. So here's a brand new EBL, and they're supposedly supposed to be pre-charged. And we'll take a look at the website for them. And they're supposed to retain 90% of their charge after a year. So these guys were engineered for solar lights and for being in harsh environments. So these guys are 1.29 volts and about 39 milliohms. So now we got a record on that for the for what they are when they're new. Of course, by the time these guys get down to about 600 or 700 milliamp hours, I'll pretty much toss them. So let's go over to the website and check out the EBL batteries. Of course, like I said, you already know I got these from the Jungle site, so they're relatively inexpensive. A pack of 3, 6, 9, 12 of them for $11, so less than $1 a piece, almost. Pretty good. So EBL AA rechargeable batteries for solar lights, nickel metal hydride, pre-charged AA battery, 1.2 volts, 1300 milliamps, long-lasting performance for outdoor garden, landscaping, string lights, pack of 12, blah, blah, blah. So I'll slowly go and scroll through this, and then you can read it or pause it, depending on where you are, whether you are watching a replay or other stuff. So these guys are engineered to be in the extreme environment, so -4 to 140. So, they're going to do a lot better than regular standard nickel metal hydride, because some of them don't like to be out in the cold. So unfortunately, they don't have the data sheet on them, so that's that. So we'll go back to the main camera here, and of course, like I said, these are for the XM cozies. So, and the biggest reason why I bought these is because even the black, even though it's got some weathering, the black is of course these are metal shells, but the optics are glass, so it's real glass, and they got that nice awesome shattered effect. So these didn't fall off the you know, and fell over on the ground and shattered. These come pre-shattered, so it gives a nice look whether they're lit or not, and that's pretty cool. So, and of course, when I did buy these, I did take these apart and fully weatherproof them. So I did have a video on them. So after 2 years, of course, this one that I already took the battery out. But if we look on the inside here, look at them contacts. They are clean, not rusty, and they're perfect. So I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you know, I got the cheap solar lights are from the dollar store and they're still working. Well, they might work now, but within the near future, they're probably not going to work. And if you remember, I had a video, I took every single one of these apart and I conformal coated all the circuit boards inside. So look how clean that is. There is evidence of a spider being in there, but he didn't get far inside. But look at that circuit board. It looks freaking brand new. So I know a lot of people will also say, well, you know, that's a lot of work and a lot of effort for putting in, you know, you made the lights even more expensive by doing all that work. But guess what? They're going to last a long time. Maybe even to the point where the LEDs fail. So when the LEDs fail, you know, that's pretty much a good a run for them. And of course with these, if the LED did fail, I'll just switch the LED, because you got a cold white and a warm white. So if the cold white bird decides to die, I'll just flip the switch and the warm white, and you know, get even more life out of these things. So we're going to put the cell in, and of course having the all that paste in there, save the contacts. So we're going to throw these in here. And of course, this is only temporary for the video. I'll take them back out and replace them all at the same time. But here we got the brand new light. I mean, not new light, but new battery. And so we'll have a lot more runtime on these guys. So this is the cold white ones. So that takes care of that. And of course, if you're wondering what was in the other package there, it's a charger actually. So I do like to occasionally charge these things. Usually in the springtime, I'll give them a good charge. And then I'll let Mother Nature take care of the rest of the charging for the rest of the year for these things. So when I bought these, I bought the charger at the same time, just because figured why not. So let's take a look at the charger here. So it's a standard USB, not USB, but wall wart. So we got share love, share happy, blah blah blah. What was that? Sticker? Yeah, stickers. And of course the little manual. So this is a very basic, simple charger, because that's all you really need for the if you're doing something like this for solar lights. So it's an 8-bank, and then the like I said, it's the regular charger, AC charger. So nothing fancy. Of course, EBL does have more fancier battery chargers, but don't really need one at this time, because I got plenty of other chargers, and this is really a technology I don't use a lot, the nickel metal hydride, because I've moved on to the lithium ones. So this is really the only purpose I use nickel metal hydrides is for solar lights. So even though they say they come pre-charged, it's always a good idea just to charge them up anyway, because you really have no idea how long they've been sitting on the shelf. They could be sitting on the shelf longer than a year. You know, who knows? So I'll have all these charged, and then when the snow disappears outside, which might be another month, I'll go out and pretty much change all the cells. Usually how we put them in all the same ring. So I'll charge all of these. And of course, when I did buy the XM Cozies, I bought a pack of 3 of them, but Amazon was gracious enough to give me all four of them. So I got 24 of them. I think that's what I got. I'll check the Amazon site. How many did I buy? I think I bought 3. Yeah, I bought 3, but I got 4. So I got 24 of these. So I did buy 24 batteries. So that's pretty cool. Simple enough. So I'll charge all these guys up, and in a couple of weeks when all the snow melts, because like I said, there's still, you know, there's literally, especially where the tree is, outside in the backyard, the snow where I blew it is right at the top of the solar light. So there's just enough of it to charge it up at night, and then burn through the snow during the nighttime. So it's kind of cool to see the snow ring lit up around them. But so that's really all I have for today's live stream. Checked out the condition of the factory lights, and like I said, the milliohms did match the description of the characteristics of a nickel metal hydride. They do keep their internal resistance until almost end of life, and then at the end of life, the internal resistance skyrockets, and then the voltage starts to sag. But on the other hand, since that is true, you also, like I said, you go to the next step of determining when to retire the batteries is when they get to about 50% of capacity, which they probably are pretty much at right now. Unfortunately, the charger that I got to charge that one battery does not show you the total capacity. But when I did the health check a couple of months back, they were getting real close to the 50% mark. So I did mention I was going to buy new ones and then replace them all in the spring of 2025. So that's almost here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And with that, we'll I think that's all I got for a live stream for today. So for the one single viewer that was watching, thanks for watching. For those who watched the replay, make sure you comment, rate, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next live stream.